Good afternoon, folks. This is Craig Lane with Health Alchemy. We're doing a little video on garden smoothie garden. This is one of the last of the spring videos. We did a lot of them earlier. So we're going to focus on the smoothie herbs for this video that you can put into a smoothie. And when I say smoothie, I mean you can do a blended juice, which means cut them, cut off a leaf like this Goji Cola here. This is Goji Cola right here. Goji Cola is a premier regenerative, telomere lengthener, nervous restorative, high IQ plant. So you can puree it with juice or water in a blender. I'll eat that in my mouth now. You can puree that with juice in a blender and then strain out the fiber and you have a green juice. And then I add my whey protein or eggs, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So that's how you do a blended juice. You put these in with water or juice and puree them. This other one over here, this is a cattail. So this is my wet up in the air bed. See, it's up in the air, it drips into that and goes down to the garden here, a little creek, to the water loving area over there. And you can see just to the left here, none of this was here. So there's a berry, that's the seeds were in the last house I was in. And there's a comfrey right there, purple flowers. There's the berry, it's a blackberry. And this is the comfrey plant. So remember, this wasn't here, so this comfrey plant's about 6 feet in diameter now. So back to the herbs. This is Bacopa monarchy, or Bromi here. You notice the white flower right there. Beautiful little flower, very showy sometimes, and the bees do seem to like it. Really nice plant for smoothies. And this cattail here is called calamus, Acorus calamus. Calamus root. It's a consciousness reviver. It's not good for smoothies, but it's there, so I'll show you. So good smoothie plant, excellent smoothie plant. Over here we have a volunteer radish. Radish greens are very alkaline and very nutritious and very anti-mucus, so they're very good for the people. And you can take the greens and puree them in liquid or water, strain out the fiber. Good smoothie. This here is a chocolate mint versus peppermint. I'm gonna make tea with it tonight. It's not a good smoothie plant, but it's a good tea plant. Dandelion, not the greatest smoothie plant. I wouldn't use it, it's too bitter for me. These lamb's quarters here were volunteers, and I don't have any idea where these came from. There must have been seeds in my last house or on this property, but there's lamb's quarters coming up everywhere. And this is in the spinach family, the goosefoot family, Chenopodiaceae, I believe in botany. So it's a good smoothie plant, and it's very tender. It's just lovely, delicate plant. Good smoothies. And then if you want more slime, there's comfrey. And right now the greens are full of allantoin, which is a growth factor that causes tissue regeneration. I can't recommend comfrey enough. So please take that into consideration. And then in the back there we have wild lettuce. Just a lovely plant. You could smoothie it if you want to calm down. It's very good for liver heat, and it's got opioids in it, and then we can do that in another video later. So we're going to go back from that. Here you have the nettles. These are your Urtica, oh gosh, there's Urtica dioice, I think, in the forest, and this is the other Urtica urens, I believe, U-R-E-N-S, Urtica urens, and it's your field nettle, common field nettle. And you can see it's flat, it's seeding out now, so see the seeds. I can touch it because I've been touching it for 20 years as an herbalist, and it stings a little bit, but I've got a little finger here you can see on my finger there, that little purple area. That's from handling nettles a few days ago, and my hand was burning for about 12 hours. But I just forget about it, and I call it a love kiss from the plant. Nevertheless, I digress. So nettle is very nutritious, very high in protein. It's a complete protein, they say. And it likes a lot of nitrogen, which means nitrogen is affiliated with protein. So don't forget that. So you can get a protein-rich smoothie with nettles here, and you just puree it. And there's no sting when you puree it up or cook it. And it cooks up very nicely like spinach. Next smoothie plant, borage is over here. And you all know borage because of the pretty blue flowers. And the stems you can chew on the stems, they're very slimy. So it nourishes the yin, mucopolysaccharides. Moving right along. You can see there's weeds here. We can get out of the way. We'll work our way over to the Gynostemma. So this is Gynostemma here. And it's a really pretty plant. And see how it has the 5, looks like a hand, see? You can look at my hand and you can say, wow, there's 5 fingers And some of the old herbalists used to believe that a plant that looks like it has a hand as a leaf, is here to serve humanity or to help humanity serve others. So isn't that cool? This is an adaptogen. This plant is one of my premier green plants. It has a taste like stevia. Its common name is sweet tea vine. And it's not a bad flavor. It's a stevia kind of flavor, so you got to cover up with other herbs. But it's a premier adaptogen, folks. It has more adaptogens than ginseng, and it's got chlorophyll and a complete protein is the other part. So excellent smoothie herb. Take big handfuls of it. You can't really OD on it either. Next smoothie herb, moving right along. We talked about comfrey. There's a younger version of comfrey there. See, lots of volunteers. There's one in a pot. You can see little sprouts coming up of comfrey all over the yard. Radish flowers, those are good in a smoothie. Hey guys, there's a little bird up there. This bird is one of my favorite birds of all time. I love the sound it makes. And it eats a lot of insects, so it's my friend for sure. I'm trying to nurture him along. So radish greens, a little bit spicy, so you could use any part of this. And if you wanted to use the seed pods, you can make capers out of these seed pods or a smoothie. These little seed pods here, when they're still kind of tender and fresh, radish seed pods are very anti-mucus. Excellent. And you'll see the aphids on here now. I think that's just because there's so many bugs, and I tend to leave the aphids alone and let the birds deal with it. You can see there are aphids on there, and I'll probably prune them up later. Here's a volunteer lettuce that was here on the property, so I decided to let it be. Figwort is another smoothie plant when you have lymphatic congestion. Cleavers. You see this? Cleavers is kind of famous for, you really want to prune it before it gets crazy. This Cleavers plant here will take over this whole area. So you can see Cleavers, it sticks. Gallium is its Latin name. Genus, I don't know the species. I forgot that part. And you can see another radish plant. I tend to leave radishes alone, and more nettles there. Another favorite smoothie plant, you have two different kinds of plantain here. You've got the narrow leaf plantain, very good for pulling stuff out of the body. Very good chlorophyll, very good wound healer. So it will also be indicated for diarrhea. It will slow down diarrhea and loose bowels, especially if it's affiliated with colitis and irritable bowel and whatnot. Great herb to pull splinters out of the body. Good smoothie plant. And then you have a broadleaf in the back there. See that huge, that leaf is literally bigger than my hand. As big as my hand or bigger. And there's debate. Some people say the broadleaf's more effective than the narrow leaf. But I've gotten good results with stopping bleeding. It's a wound wart also, so another good use of it. Great plant. Another blackberry volunteer, so we're nurturing that along. And then here's, instead of wild lettuce, this is miner's lettuce, folks. And miner's lettuce is one of my favorite salad greens and smoothie plants. Very high in vitamin C. And we're gonna go ahead and eat that. Delicious. And they're gigantic plantain in the back there. Plantago. Hey, what are you doing? A bird just flew over here. Oh, he's just fearless. Not even afraid of me. We have a goji berry here. No gojis on it yet, but that's a goji berry treat. This will be a good smoothies. And you can see the strawberry. Oh, look at that. We got a little strawberry coming out. He's not quite ready yet, but if I leave it too long, then the bugs will get it. So I'll probably just take this one now and eat it. So there's strawberry for smoothies. Nice looking. And oh, I didn't mention prunella, self-heal. Another smoothie plant. Prunella, self-heal. Excellent smoothie plant. And we didn't talk about cleavers again, but cleavers is great for dissolving stones, where they're not super bad. There's other plants for stones, and it's a great plant just to nourish the urinary system, kidneys, UTIs, and folks, you're not really going to see this, so I'm just going to show it real quick here. See these baby comfreys right here? So there's some baby comfreys right there. Pretty cool. Right there, see, a little baby comfrey. And there's an adult version with the flowers. See? Super pretty plant. And let's see, we're coming to the end of our garden tour for another version of Goji in a pot. Goji. Here's a sea buckthorn tree, a small version from a sucker. So I think we've covered everything that's smoothie material. We'll go one last plant, and that is the Loquat, which I've been picking off of this tree. And the Loquat fruits are very sweet in that same tree fruit family. So very good for this. And have a great day, folks. Look forward to catching up with more plants, and the next video will be on the surprises of the garden, the volunteers. Goodbye.